Hi everyone, welcome back to our Crybaby Whims challenge. It is a freezing day in our little junkyard home, so it's not going to be very comfortable and we need to start earning some money so we can get warm, which we'll be able to do hopefully by working on Aspen's aspiration. And while she's working on that, she might as well actually invite her friends over. So the gang should be arriving any second now. Oh, and I think that Amara actually arrived very angry, so these two are definitely having some extra tension between them after what happened with Brian last time actually. And Lindsay, things are just getting a little bit tense, but let's explore that. Lilith apparently really loves being here. She's just really sweet in her own way, looking after all these stupid teenagers. But maybe just go and see what happened with Brian last time and maybe try to act a little bit tough with Amara. She's definitely not impressed with what happened. Oh, they're even standing next to each other. That is just a little bit weird, isn't it? Oh my gosh, she's actually slapping Aspen. That cannot be happening. Just kick her, punch her. This just cannot happen. I think she might have to go to work before she manages. Oh, she actually did punch her. No way. Okay, that actually worked. And Colette seems to be impressed. Lilith, not so much. But can we do anything else? Can I maybe just go full in and do like a little slap? Because she did slap her as well. She will have to go to work in a second. Oh my gosh, she's just slapping Amara around. I love that. That is so funny. Amara is, by the way, enraged. So yeah, these two definitely don't like each other anymore. Let's try to maybe pickpocket her, just like a last little attempt to kind of steal from her. Oh, Aspen has to go to work. Alright, well, that's fine. We can just hang out with Brian, who did witness all of that. So maybe he would be asking Amara if she is okay. She's just calming herself down in the bathroom. And Brian actually wants to be friendly with Amara. So these two seem to be getting quite close and Aspen is really not liking that. I don't think that Amara will be sticking around for very long if this is how things continue to. I mean, honestly, it went too far already. Aspen straight up punched her in the face. So I don't know why Amara is still here. Maybe she is here because of Brian. He could literally tell her, like, you can just leave. That's fine. Because I don't think that Aspen really wants you around. You two will just get on each other's nerves. So try to convince her to leave for her own good. It's too bad that you want to leave. I guess we'll see you around. Oh, did I just make Brian leave? I did make Brian leave the gang. Oh my gosh, I did not mean to do that. I'm gonna have to reapply him because that was not supposed to happen. I was gonna do like, hey Amara, you should probably leave the gang, not the other way around. You can convince her to leave. There we go. Convince her to quit the gang because it's just not good for her. She's enraged. They're literally fighting each other. Oh, but she's not really willing to do it. Interesting. I like being involved with gang. I'm not going to leave them right now. My guess is that Amara is expecting to gain some kind of power when she's in this little stupid gang, so maybe that's why she's not quite willing to leave yet, because she doesn't have any other options. Oh, but this is quite interesting. I mean, it's the same message that we get every now and then, but Aspen did encounter a traitor at work, and it's kind of interesting because it's kind of like what is happening at home right now with Amara and Brian kind of conspiring against her really quietly and really slowly, because Brian is trying to convince Amara to leave. She's not ready quite yet. It's all just kind of weird, but let's punish this one for sure. Aspen is back from work, and while she was at work, she met someone there, so she... Oh, wait a minute. I've never seen this before. I need to look at this right now. She met someone at work and she just brought them home because they seem cool. She didn't really know their name. She knows that it's Edward, and Edward seems to be thoroughly charming to Aspen. I've never seen this before. Is that a mod? I need to... Oh my god, they have like new icons and stuff. I've never seen that before. That is crazy. Very charming. What is that? Is this like an in-game thing? I honestly don't know. Anyway, let me just talk about this real quick. So she met this guy Edward at work. I don't think that she quite learned his surname quite yet. They met at work, so she invited him over to hang out a little bit, especially because she's realizing that stuff in the gang. Like, Aspen is a bit stupid, but she is realizing that things are kind of falling apart, so she is trying to recruit new people, and she met Edward for that reason. They did find each other immature and untrustworthy, so that's not really the best way to start things. But I think that they're in the career that they really can't trust anyone anyway, so this makes a lot of sense, and this is true for Aspen anyway. But I still can't get over this. I don't know what that is. But they also have amazing compatibility. Oh yeah, he is in the Aster gang. I'm guessing that Aspen will learn that kind of soon. So let's see, what are these two going to be talking about? How is that going to work? It seems like they're actually hitting it on quite well. Oh, but I'm noticing that Brian is coming around. Oh, Brian is not gonna like this because he met Edward before. At least I think so. Oh, he did meet Edward before and he hates him. So I think that he would be really confused, like, why did you bring this guy here? I hate him so much. So why is Edward here? They definitely met. Oh, and I think that Aspen just flirted with him. Did you really? They have a romance bar already. Who are you yelling at? Oh, I think he's yelling at Aspen because he didn't know that Aspen was involved with Brian in some kind of way. So these two are having a full-on confrontation. Oh my god, there's so much going on. Oh, they can actually fight each other. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna let that happen because it kind of needs to. So Aspen is witnessing this and she's not very impressed. She's like, I just brought this guy home. I wanted him to join. What are you doing, Brian? Stupid Brian. But alright, she's kind of interesting. Well, if you are starting this fight, are you even going to win? So let's just see how capable you are. This is also a good test for Aspen to see who is worthy of being in her gang. But of course that Edward beats... Oh my gosh, they're fighting again. But he did beat Brian up, and I feel like he'll beat him up again. Aspen's really not looking that impressed. Lindsay's coming over to watch even, so Brian, you better not embarrass yourself in front of two of your friends. Oh, there you go, you beat him up now. Well, oh, they're fighting again! Are you for real? I can't believe this. I need to send Edward home, because they will literally just be stuck in a fighting loop. I'm really curious who's gonna win now, because whoever wins now is like an overall winner. Oh, it's actually Brian. You know what, let's just send this one home, and we just give him like a quick little punch. Let's just do a face punch and then just send him home because I can't do this anymore. Let's just send you off. Oh, he's just going. He didn't even get a chance to punch him. Alright, well, that was something. And now that Aspen got a bit of a taste for fighting, I think she would want to continue things with Amara. So she absolutely will, now that she saw Brian and Edward fighting, which was really unexpected. She would definitely want to do the same with Amara. She's like, oh, that looked quite fun. I guess I'm just gonna do that real quick, a little bit. Oh, and Amara is actually slapping Aspen again. Teaser about Crush, teaser about Brian, who is witnessing all of this. Brian is definitely not impressed, but maybe he's feeling actually kind of happy about that because it looks like these two are just fighting over him, which is not true. It's really not like that. Where is Lilith in all of this, actually? I think that Lilith just kind of gave up and did not want to deal with any of this. Why don't you just leave me alone? I'm furious enough with you already. End of conversation. Well, if it's the end of conversation, then I think I kind of just need to kick you out because you do not deserve to be in the gang anymore. I don't care that you want to stay despite all of this. You just don't deserve it anymore. So I am kicking you out, giving you a face punch. Oh, Colette is pranking Ryan there. She's definitely on Aspen's side. Oh, and are you not gonna get a chance to punch her? Oh, you will. One last punch for Amara. Oh, it's so happening. I love that so much. Yes, from being evil, punching someone. Well, that was great. Aspen is feeling a bit energized by hurting other Sims. Brian apparently loves a rascals. He is really enjoying this. As I said, he thinks, oh, these two girls are fighting over me. I'm so important. She's still not leaving though. She's really just standing next to Brian, trying to be like in the way. But we can actually fight Amara and then I'm gonna send her away. There we go. These two are fighting now. Yeah, these two are just watching. Colette out of enjoyment, Lindsay out of just confusion. But Brian went to sleep. That is quite ridiculous. I really wonder who's gonna win though. If it's not Aspen, that's gonna be so— oh, she actually did win! There we go, that is a perfect way to just kick her out. Now you can just go away and leave Brian alone. He's not yours, he's Aspen's, so you better go. But Aspen, even though she enjoyed the audience, is getting quite tired, so I'm just gonna send everyone home. Wait a minute, I might have noticed something really bad. Brian is getting a call— I was so right. Oh my gosh, no, what happened? This is so bad. I was gonna say, oh, it's kind of weird that Lilith's dog got adopted by someone. Then I checked and I couldn't see Lilith in the club. And now Brian, of all people, I don't know why not Aspen, got a call that Lilith passed away. Lilith was gone yesterday, and I thought that she just wasn't really interested in the teen drama, but she went somewhere and she died. I have a feeling something suspicious happened because this is just way too weird. Was Lilith like an enemy to the Astor gang? Like a really big enemy? Because this cannot be a coincidence. As soon as Edward showed up on our lot, Lilith was gone and now she's dead. I checked on neighborhood stories because I was just so curious, and apparently she died by falling off a cliff. That sounds so suspicious. Did that happen somewhere here actually? Because this has some like open water and maybe some cliffs. I'm not quite sure, but she was last seen on our lot, which actually could make us look super guilty. I did not think about that. So these two, well, apparently the entire gang, well, which is just these three actually now, they seem kind of guilty because she was last seen here. Is this some kind of setup? I'm actually really concerned right now. Well, either way, it's Winterfest and it's actually Brian's birthday today and Aspen's birthday is coming up, so we'll have a lot of birthdays, but not really great holidays. Brian is waking up super miserable because of Aspen, because he did see her flirting with Edward actually, but also because of Lilith. I don't know why he found out before Aspen did, because it felt like Lilith really cared for Aspen. It's a shame that she won't really get any sort of, why are you going in a bush? You have a toilet. It's a shame because I thought that Lilith could be helping Aspen in her criminal career. She did give her that advice about erasing her logic. I felt like Lilith was really helpful to have around. She was pretty much the only one that actually cared for these teenagers because she didn't really see some kind of tough gang here. She only just saw a couple of homeless teenagers who were trying their best but still really failing. So she was trying to guide them in this career. It's not really a good one because, you know, it's crime, but still, she was looking out for them and now they don't have that anymore, so I don't know how I feel about that. Brian is looking so sad. I feel like he also felt a similar way because he just also lost some kind of parental figure. They weren't really close. Oh, and someone from his family is texting him. That's really interesting because I was gonna say I don't think really grew up in a bad household. I never really bothered to look at his relationships actually, but he seems to be decently good friends with his family actually. I think that all of these people are his family. So he escaped here to be with Aspen, and I feel like he's starting to miss his family now, especially when they lost Lilith. So he's like, oh, family actually does really matter. He's even sad enough that he wants to go cry in bed, so I'm gonna let him do that. But especially now on a holiday, on his birthday, when they lost a very important friend, he probably is thinking, is being here the best idea? We're not spending holidays together, we're not spending birthdays together, it's all just weird, we're living on a literal dump. So Brian is starting to question things as well, while Aspen is still peacefully sleeping, not even really caring that much about Lilith. I don't think that she'll really get sad once she wakes up either way. Although Lilith did look out for them, I don't think that Aspen really got a moment to realize that and appreciate it as much as Brian did at least. But anyway, Aspen, it's still really early. It's 9 a.m. That's super early for her. But let me just wake you up. And I think that we need some more water. So Brian, why don't you... Oh, you're so tense. But why don't you gather some water? Oh my gosh, did you see Aspen slip there? That is so funny. Oh, it's an actual blizzard today. No way. What a miserable Winterfest. I don't know where her book went. She had a book, a logic book that she brought maybe from home, or Lilith even gave her that probably, but I can't find it anywhere. It's not in this box either. So it looks like she just lost the book somewhere, which is really annoying because we don't have money to buy another one. So we'll have to think of another way to raise her logic, but she will definitely take that advice from Lilith because she sees that she does need that for her job anyway. So Lilith was right on that. Pretty much every advice that Lilith offered her was correct, but it's a shame that she won't be getting any more of that ever. Oh, why are you yelling at her, saying something about family? I think that Brian actually is kind of mad at Aspen that she's not really appreciating Lilith enough. He's really not happy with her. He is trying to say, look, Lilith was our family. Why are you not upset about this? She literally died. Why are you not more upset? Because that is just messed up. She helped us so much. Brian is crying in bed again. He is really upset by this. Well, Brian, I I don't know how Aspen would feel about any of this. Let me just check your sentiments real quick. He does have a festering grudge against her, so he's really upset by all of this. But Brian, since it is a holiday, why don't you try to contact your family? So I'm gonna have him call his mother and I think that this is his father actually, so I'm gonna have him call them for the first time since he actually ran away with Aspen. Well, not with Aspen, but a couple of days before Aspen, because of Aspen. So it looks like he is kind of missing home a little bit. He is about to age up and everything. He spent a good chunk of his teens. Oh, he's telling them how sad he is. Oh, I hate that. But why don't you, well, not maybe chat with Amara, because if Aspen hears that, she will absolutely punch you. So just send Amara a text to ask her how she's doing, because these two are kind of a thing. There's something for sure. Aspen is still just really unbothered with all of that. She is kind of angry around Brian. She's definitely angry that he called his family. That is maybe something that was not allowed. He is super upset though. Well, Aspen, I'm gonna have you get ready and then finally go do something, because it's just the day is passing like so quickly and we haven't really done like anything. Well, you are ready, but I don't think that she can really do that much when it comes to pickpocketing and everything, because it's a literal blizzard. There's probably no one outside and I don't think that she really wants to go. Oh, there actually is a vendor here. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Well, let's try to pickpocket it then, because you definitely are deserving it, because like, why are you outside? Land grab, land grab. Aspen is running over, so maybe she'll actually have a chance to do this. Let's see if it's gonna work. Oh, it did not even work. That is so unfortunate. Now you have to go run. Oh my god, she actually slipped. That was so funny. But now she has to go run all the way back home, not just because she failed, but also because she's literally just freezing. I've never seen her run this fast. These conditions are absolutely ridiculous for all of this. Well, since being here absolutely sucks, let's send you off somewhere. She just wants to leave like now. How about we go to Oasis Springs, because it's most likely at least not snowing here. So let's just go to, I don't know, maybe this park, because there's probably a lot of people to potentially pickpocket here. Oh, and you know what? While she's outside, she actually has a chance to invite Edward around. She did find him incredibly charming, or whatever that was, so he must be on her mind for sure. She can't really bring him around while Brian was there, because they will just start fighting endlessly, but she wants to spend some time with Edward, so let's invite Edward and maybe he would show up. Oh, she's actually flirty. Glamorous presence, because oh, she's feeling attractive. All right, fair enough, but she is really loving hanging out with him. She can immediately kiss his hands. Well, I'm gonna let her. She has no reason to wait, so let's just try to hang out with Edward a little bit. I'm guessing that Aspen does kind of know that Edward is supposed to be her enemy at this point, but they're really liking each other, so it doesn't really matter. And Edward seems to be the friendliest one of the Aster gang, so this is why things are kind of working out. She would like to be friends with Electra. She was her main inspo for everything. Oh, they can even do a first kiss already. She would not wait, so I think I'm just gonna go for it. Oh, it might fail actually, because he did not like something that she said. Never mind, they're having their first kiss already. Wow, they're wasting no time, but they were like smitten with each other immediately, so that makes a lot of sense. Wait, why is this little weird improvised date working out? Except this person is just kind of crushing it. Well, let's just try to pickpocket you then, and hopefully she won't fail, because I really want her to impress Edward. So let's see if that's gonna work. Please work, please work. Oh, it didn't work. No, you embarrassed yourself. Well, alright, let's just move from this guy before he accuses her of something. Oh, and they could actually play chess together, which is a really weird activity for a couple of teen criminals, but she is trying to follow Lilith's advice, and Edward, just Aster Gang in general, they are known to be very intelligent masterminds. Even though he is really young, he is probably really smart, so maybe he would like to show off to Aspen a little bit, because she does seem to have some interest in this. Maybe he's, oh, this could be like a really cute romantic thing, that he is actually teaching her how to play chess, which is going to be helping for her logic as well. So let's just see how that's going for her. She's just on 77%, but still, it's probably gonna go up. Oh my gosh, he just cheated. He just cheated. Of course he would. Of course he would do that. I don't know why I thought that either of them would play fair, but it seems to be going so well. They're both such a good mood. So this is like the most wholesome time that Aspen had, probably, which is so funny. He's so into her as well. They could argue about a job though, so maybe she is kind of like, "Ah, why are you my rival? We should be on the same side." But that's a really like difficult conversation to have because she's just, oh, she just leveled up her logic finally, but she's just in this silly little thing, and he's an actual like organized crime essentially. So it's not so easy to just switch sides, and he's not interested in that anyway. He just thinks that Aspen is hot and fun to be around, but he doesn't want to be involved in her gang or even invite her to his gang. It's not that easy. Oh wow, they're really going for it. They are so all over each other. Look at that. Well, no wonder they found each other so charming, because they really do have some real chemistry. But Aspen is getting super tired, so let's just kind of round this date out with a little mess around in a bush nearby, because that's just kind of how Aspen is. I don't think that she would pass up an opportunity for this. He does find her unattractive though, so it looks like she doesn't have an actual shot with Edward. It's becoming more and more clear apparently, so that is for Aspen at least unfortunate, but at least she knows that this is really not serious. It's basically just having a bit of fun with someone you kind of like. It's more of a like crush thing that's making like things happen. There we go, literally as I said that, Aspen has a major crush on Edward, but it's not gonna be anything more than that for sure. I think that it's time to finally send these two home. Brian might be questioning where Aspen is. Oh, she can invite Edward home. Absolutely not. Not only because Brian is there, but also because it's just not a comfortable environment for just chilling and having fun. So let's just not do that. I do kind of wonder, what is Brian going to think when he sees Aspen coming back after the entire day of being out, feeling so flirty? I think that he will find that suspicious. There is no way he wouldn't. I can't really accuse her of anything, but I could at least try to ask about other Sims. So try to, oh yeah, see, he hates the entire Aster gang. He does hate Edward the most, and then Augustus, who is their father and like the main boss leader guy. Electra, he doesn't hate that much. Most likely because he has some kind of like intimidated crush on her. I feel like he's kind of the same with Colette, although he doesn't have a chance with Colette at all, because Colette is, I'm pretty sure, not attracted to male Sims at all. But right, that's besides the point. I just kind of wanted to say that I've noticed that he has a bit of a crush on Colette. But let's just ask Aspen about Edward. Were you with him? What is going on? It is kind of a more casual thing because he is not able to accuse her of anything because they're not technically dating, but still, let's just ask. She's doing an evil laugh. She loves seeing Brian so uncomfortable. Oh no, I'm so in love with Edward. Though that she would try to cover it up, and he's so mad. He's so mad. It's literally giving him a headache. Could you maybe try to help him like patch things up with Edward so you can bring him around if you want to? Just tell him that Edward is not such a terrible guy, and it's maybe useful to have such great connections. Although it's really not. Edward's not taking any of that seriously. Neither is she in like a romantic way, but she is trying to get ahead in her career, and she thinks that Edward is maybe the way to do it. So what is he gonna say? I think he might actually say yes. You're right, I'll go talk to them the next time I see them, but then he's immediately yelling at Aspen. I don't think that he's actually really interested in any of that. He could even say, well, if you want me to patch things up with Edward, why don't you patch things up with Amara? He's not actually going to ask because Aspen is absolutely not going to say yes, but he is kind of thinking, well, that is just so hypocritical. Whatever, Aspen is getting super tired, so I'm just gonna send her to sleep. Oh, and Brian is actually aging up by himself. Right, I completely forgot that it's actually his birthday. Well, am I gonna randomize his trait? Because he's really not any of my business. They just happen to be living together because of circumstances. So should I try to randomize just once? He is actually a maker. That's interesting. Well, it makes sense because he did put this entire home together. It's not the best thing ever, but it's at least functional enough so they can live there. Oh, and he apparently actually successfully completed high school. I don't think that he went to school for the past couple of days, but he will have his graduation somehow. He's so angry. Great friends I have. Nobody remembered to throw Brian a birthday party. It's like his favorite day of the year. Maybe he'll get himself a present this year. A friend who actually cares. Oh, this is weird. Edward just broke into her property, essentially, because both of them are sleeping, to ask Aspen to go to prom calm. Edward probably is still keeping up with like school, at least appearances, not necessarily like classes. At least he's doing something, going somewhere to make it look like he has a normal life. That's also really important, that he's like relatively well infiltrated into normal life, that he can still be a really successful criminal and no one suspects him. Aspen, however, does not have that kind of intelligence. But anyway, I'm gonna say no because it's just not Aspen's thing ever. Like, why are you in here? Why are you just watching Aspen sleep? What is up with that? You need to get away right now. He is so tense. Oh my gosh, and he just aged up. No way, he just aged up as well. Did you want to spend your birthday with Aspen? Why are you being so like weirdly actually romantic and caring for Aspen? I did not think that it was, oh, he can literally say get off my lawn. That is so funny. Oh, and Aspen just woke up because of all the yelling, but she's not really caring enough to get involved. She's like, boys will be boys. They can just fight if they want to. What's my problem? My problem is you. I'm still furious with you, in case it wasn't clear. Aspen even went to school because she doesn't want to deal with any of that. That is bizarre. But when Brian ran away from home, Edward did meet him and he actually helped him kind of set up. He helped him discover this property and set things up. It was mostly Brian by himself, but Edward did that so Brian would own something and then Brian would have to do his dirty work. But those things just fell through because Brian didn't want to do any of that. And now they're just kind of enemies, and Brian is an actual enemy of the Astor gang because it kind of looks like he used them and double crossed them. But anyway, you need to be fighting Edward. You did say to Aspen that you would be apologizing to him or whatever at some point, but Aspen's not here to see it, so why would you even try? So just give him a quick little punch and send him off. Tell him to stay away from Aspen. She won't be doing your dirty work either. Just leave us alone. So they're fighting again. Hopefully it's not going to be a loop again because that was just ridiculous. But while Aspen is still at school, I'm just going to have her like make enemies or whatever, try to pickpocket people. Because why did she even go to school? I guess she just didn't want to deal with any of this. It's just a bit of a drag. But let's just kick him out. He does not deserve to be here, even though it is low-key his property. I feel like this maybe used to be his hangout spot and now Brian took it over, so Edward must be resenting him for that even more. I'm just gonna invite Aspen home now that Edward left, so she doesn't have to deal with any of that because she doesn't want to be in school for another couple of hours. That's never her intention. Honestly, I don't really like Edward. Well, honestly, if you don't like him, I'm just gonna kick you because you said that you would apologize to him and you didn't, so why are you lying to me? So Aspen just kicked him and I don't think that he really appreciated that much. Let's just start the club gathering because we haven't seen the gang in a bit. But let's just see how Colette is doing. She looks a little bit sad. She's mostly just uncomfortable. Colette seems like a really scary type of character. I don't think they really care much for other people. This is mostly just entertainment to them. She is talking about people dying, so they are kind of on topic. Oh my gosh, look at Aspen's relationship with Lindsay. They're really falling out. I have not even noticed. Why is that happening? Lindsay is honestly kind of really disliking Aspen recently. I didn't think that she would really ever do that because she just seemed so interested in Aspen, but things are kind of bad. Oh well, Aspen has to go to work anyway, so we'll just leave that. All of this is going so horribly wrong. I think that Lindsay will also have to go because they just hate each other so much. She's punching her even more. She's so hurt by that. Of course she would be. We have to kick you out because you hate each other. Why would you be in the gang? Aspen doesn't want to deal with you anymore, and she doesn't want Brian to be in a way taken away from her by anyone, not Amara, not Lindsay, so you need to get out. Her first gang member, and now she's just kicking her out just like that. So she just went over to talk to Colette and tell them what's going on, that the gang is getting a little bit small. Do you have any recommendations who we could invite? Because I don't know what's going on. I need some help. She's realizing, well, Brian was kind of the one who was inviting people the most, but I don't think that he really wants to help right now. We're not really on best terms, even though they are kind of really friendly. But now she's kind of really rushing things. Oh no, I need to get closer with Colette. We barely know each other. Oh, and she can even bribe Colette for friendship. You really don't have that much. We can maybe just bribe with like 50 simoleons. So let's try bribing Colette to stay in the gang. Like, look, I can give you some extra cash if you want to stay. This is what I earned from pickpocketing. So like, just don't leave, please. She's probably not sounding that desperate, but she is feeling really desperate. Colette is not even saying saying anything. Colette just took the money. Well, either way, let's just send everyone home. And by everyone, I literally just mean Colette. They both woke up really early, but oh no, everything in the house is broken. How is that possible? Did someone sneak in during the night? Maybe Lindsay to kind of get back at Aspen for kicking her out? Because like everything broke. She still wants to invite Edward over or even ask him out, but you can't really be going anywhere while you're just stinky and gross like that. But you'll just be grabbing yourself some food and let Brian fix everything up for you. So while Brian is doing all of that, you can at least text Edward to tell him that you kind of want to see him today. Oh my gosh, it's Aspen's birthday today. Are you serious? That's crazy. That means that it's also Ezra's birthday. Well, while Brian is still busy fixing everything up, let's just invite Edward over. I know that Brian won't be happy about that, but it's what Aspen wants, so she will just do it. She doesn't care about Brian's feelings anymore that much. So here is Edward, looking kind of angry. Why are you so angry? Let's try to make you feel a little bit better. He is kind of uncomfortable, so hopefully he'll take this. And yeah, they'll just be going to Woohoo. Oh, and this dumpster right here, while Brian is just still inside, probably not even aware that all this is happening because he's just so busy. He has no idea that Aspen is just woohooing here with his rival. Brian has failed to pay his bills for too long. The utilities company has sent a professional to repossess his value items. Oh my gosh, I've never seen that before. I've literally never had a repo man come to my house before. What are you going to be repossessing? We have nothing. You're just taking this graffiti. Well, feel free to take that because I'm not going to be missing that. Well, it's a graffiti, so at least it's not something valuable like a TV. So I'll take it, whatever. But that's just ridiculous. Is that going to be it? Is that all? Are you going to be taking more? Brian's possessions have been repossessed and are no longer his anymore. This has somewhat helped him to dig his way out of debt. However, he still owes more money. He had better pay it or else he can expect more visits from the friendly neighborhood repo person. But anyway, Aspen and Edward are still just hanging out here. Oh, we're losing friendship. Was that not a good woohoo? Oh no, he's going inside. And now Brian definitely saw him. He is saying we're working on our relationship as he's trying to make Aspen think that Brian is still like obedient to her. Anyway, let's just try to maybe do it other way around to ask Edward to work on the relationship with Brian. I'm actually like really curious, and it would be in Aspen's best interest to make these two not necessarily be friends, but at least be like good with each other. He's very confident, so maybe it's gonna work. Oh no, she's just kissing him in front of Brian. Brian must be super upset about that. He's just very embarrassed and he still wants to be mean to him. Brian apparently has a hero personality. He discovered that while shoving Edward. He is really trying to protect Aspen, which is interesting. Even though Aspen is hurting him a lot, he has a lot of feelings for her still and a lot of loyalty. Why are you so enraged, Aspen? No, 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 no. She's feeling angry because this is all their fault. They made me this way. I know what that means. I know what that means. Look, Aspen's not really the one to take pregnancy tests. We've kind of concluded that before because she just thinks that she is kind of like invincible when it comes to that. They've all been negative when she tried, so it's like she doesn't care anymore, but I think that she should take this one. And it's kind of like Edward knew because he just ran away. He's leaving now and she's taking this pregnancy test. And what is it going to be? I think that we know already. Her test is actually positive. Aspen is pregnant and she's actually crying because she really does not want this. Oh no, this is so bad. I am just gonna stop right here and we'll tell Edward in the next episode, which you can watch right here. And if the next episode is not out yet, here is something to watch while you wait for this very intense episode coming.